The sun has just risen over the yellow grass fields in the Masai Mara Nature Reserve, Kenya. In the sparkling dawn light, a mother lion and her cub leisurely walk on the dry grass. The early morning wind blows, bending the blades of grass, revealing the footprints of the long-abandoned pride. These two lions live separately because the mother lion wants to train her cub to be a brave hunter. They have left the main pride to have space and time to focus on teaching the cub. The cub is quite young, but extremely active, always running around everywhere. Every morning the mother lion often walks around the field with her cub to practice stalking prey. The grass here is thick and dry, creating a wild but challenging scene. The mother lion tenderly sniffs around her cub, reminding it to keep quiet while stalking prey. However, the lion cub still could not concentrate. Its eyes were always bright, curious about everything around it. That morning, when it had just arrived at a strange corner of the grassland, the lion cub accidentally saw the mouth of a deep hole. It crept closer, sniffed, trying to find out what was underneath. Suddenly the lion cub slipped on the loose sand and fell into the hole. Its shrill cry rang out, tearing apart the quiet air of the early morning. The mother lion turned around in surprise, immediately rushing to the mouth of the hole. Looking down and seeing her cub struggling, she roared in panic, wanting to jump down but was afraid she could not get up. The mother lion ran around the hole, trying to find a way to help her cub, but all efforts were in vain. The wall of the hole was steep, the soil was dry and hard. The lion cub could not climb up by itself. After many attempts to scratch, the lion cub's sharp claws only made the dirt fall more. The lion cub gradually became exhausted. Its cries became rare, and then it lay flat, panting. The mother lion growled in pain, calling out to her cub repeatedly, her eyes filled with extreme anxiety. Finally, the mother lion had to leave the edge of the pit, leaving her cub there with its cries gradually fading. It turned away helplessly, hoping to find help from afar. Crossing the grassland, the mother lion headed straight for the large asphalt road leading to the reserve. From afar it saw a convoy of tourist vehicles rolling slowly. The mother lion ran straight into the middle of the road, blocking the convoy, causing the driver to brake. Suddenly the leading vehicle stopped and a man got out with a look of utter surprise. The man's name was David, a longtime employee of the Masai Mara Reserve. David was leading the group of tourists to explore the grassland, introducing the landscape and wildlife. At first the group of tourists were scared when they saw the mother lion standing in the way, but with many years of experience, David realized that this lion had no intention of attacking. He carefully approached, taking slow steps to avoid provoking it. The mother lion looked at David with pleading eyes, then let out a hoarse roar. The curious tourists got out of the car, kept their distance, and watched the mother lion's every move. Suddenly the mother lion stepped forward, rubbing her head against David's body as if asking for help. It groaned, looked far away at the grassland, then turned its head to look at him by chance. David saw the scar on the mother lion's neck and was stunned to realize that this was the lion he had saved 2 years ago. At that time this area experienced a severe drought, taking the lives of more than 500 wild animals. During a patrol, David saved a lion that was trapped in a state of hunger and thirst. He brought it back to the checkpoint, gave it water, treated its wounds, and released it back to its herd. After it recovered, the scar on its neck was evidence of the previous disaster. Recognizing its benefactor, the mother lion immediately showed trust, as if asking David to continue helping her. David gently placed his hand on the mother lion's mane, feeling the urgency in her eyes. He turned to the group of Tourists explained the situation and asked them to stay calm. The mother lion left David and started running towards the grassland where the lion cub had been injured. David signaled to a few curious guests to follow him while the others waited in the car. The group quietly walked behind the mother lion, keeping a safe distance from her. From afar, everyone could hear the weak, intermittent cries of the lion cub. The cries urged David and everyone else to hurry. After more than 1.5 kilometers of crossing the dry grass, they approached the mouth of the deep pit where the lion cub was trapped. David looked down and saw the lion cub lying flat, breathing heavily. The mother lion stood at the edge of the pit, growling anxiously as she saw her cub almost exhausted. Without hesitation, David quickly ran back to the car to get the necessary tools. He found a small bucket and a long, sturdy piece of rope. A few guests helped him tie the rope tightly to the bucket handle. David carefully approached the mouth of the pit, lowering the bucket close to the lion cub. At first the lion cub was frightened, but seeing its mother roaring to reassure it, it gradually understood. About 10 minutes later, with David's efforts to explain through gestures and eyes, the lion cub boldly climbed into the bucket. Everyone held their breath watching this rare scene, worried that the lion cub might panic when they saw the lion cub lying obediently in the bucket. David signaled the group of tourists to pull it up. The rope scraped against the edge of the pit, making a creaking sound, but everyone kept trying. Little by little, the bucket was lifted from the bottom of the pit, gradually bringing the lion cub up from the edge of the abyss. The mother lion kept sniffing, circling around the edge of the pit, looking extremely impatient. Finally, the lion cub was pulled up to the edge of the pit. To everyone's joy, David gently lifted the lion cub out of the bucket, laid it down on the grass. The mother lion ran over, grabbed her cub in her warm arms, and lovingly licked it all over. The roar was stirring, but now filled with maternal love and the joy of reunion. The lion cub gently lifted its head, rubbing against its mother's mane, its tiredness turning into happiness. The group of tourists applauded, and David smiled with satisfaction. A tourist immediately took out some of the spare meat he had brought with him and gave it to David to help the mother and cub. David offered the meat to the lions calmly and skillfully so as not to cause fear. The hungry mother and cub ate greedily, occasionally looking up as if to say thank you. Joy filled everyone's faces as they witnessed the touching rescue. David and a few tourists stood at a distance watching, ensuring the safety of both sides. After a full stomach, the lion cub seemed to regain its strength and began to run around. The mother lion licked her cub's fur to clean the dirt stuck on its golden fur. The silhouettes of the mother and cub lion stood out against the clear blue sky and bright yellow dry grass. In an instant, they looked like two leisurely travelers ready for their next hunt. A few tourists stepped closer, carefully taking photos, capturing this special moment. Bright smiles spread across everyone's lips, dispelling the initial tension. David looked at the mother and cub lions with affectionate eyes. Suddenly remembering the previous life-saving incident, he silently thanked nature for giving him the opportunity to meet that lion again. The mother lion glanced at David once more, growling softly as if to say goodbye. The cub also turned its head, letting out a low growl, seemingly expressing gratitude to the person who saved it. The atmosphere became warm, filled with love between humans and wild animals. Visitors waved goodbye, calling out, "Goodbye, see you again." With joyful faces, the mother and cub lions gradually disappeared into the vast grass carpet, continuing their journey of learning and survival. The rustling golden grass gently bent down as if to bless the mother and cub. David packed up his things, breathed a sigh of relief, his heart filled with happiness for having fulfilled his duty, and from there the legend of gratitude, love, and solidarity between humans and lions was written again right in the heart of Masai Mara. Kenya. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.